The White House reiterating once again in today's press briefing that all options are on the table when it comes to dealing with North Korea. Fox News military analyst and retired Army four-star General Jack Keane joining us now. General, good to see you. I have to ask you about the news of what the new Chief of Staff, General Kelly, has done and what that portends for the future. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think clearly what he's going to bring to the table, and I'm sure he's had this conversation with the president, I mean, the principal job of that Chief of Staff is to drive and coordinate the president's agenda, not just with people inside the White House who will be working for him, but with all of his cabinet and also with the Congress of the United States. That is why this is the toughest job in government. And the fact that Kelly gave up being the head of a department where he's the principal, where he has a chief of staff, and where the agenda is around him and his schedule, now he's working an 8-day week and a 7-day week. I mean, and that is incredible what he has taken on himself. This is usually a job for a much younger man, but this man is in very good physical condition.
Yes, he is.
He's got the right attitude.
That's a great point.
And he's going to bring a lot to this job, believe me.
And he's a former Marine. I hasten to add, General, I know you're supportive of the Marine Corps as well, but he's also going to have to deal with some very important military matters. To what extent will the problems dealing with North Korea and the problems that were just outlined dealing with Venezuela, how will the Chief of Staff play into that role now that he has a general, a Marine Corps general in that position?
Well, he'll largely play at everything that's on the president's agenda, and certainly foreign policy, national security, issues like North Korea and Iran and what we're just dealing with Venezuela. Certainly he'll have his viewpoints on all of that, and he will help to shape outcomes as a chief of staff does. Yeah. And it's a wonderful appointment I think the president's made, and I really take my hat off to the general for stepping up.
Particularly at this time in history, I don't think we'll ever have had a chief of staff with as much influence and direct knowledge of warfare as General Kelly has. This is a big bonus. I just want to ask you a specific question about North Korea. China is now complaining about U.S. aggression because of the fact that we're mounting these anti-missile defenses in places like South Korea and Japan. Tell me, what is aggressive about strengthening defenses against attack? Defense and offense are two different things, but not according to China.
Yeah, I mean, that's the height of hypocrisy, where their closest ally in the region is indeed North Korea, and North Korea is trying to nuclearize ICBMs and threatening the American people and all of our allies in the region. That is about as offensive as you can possibly get. And what we're doing is missile defense and practicing it, so if such an event were to occur, right, we would have the capability to bring it down.
But do we have to, forgive me for interrupting, General, but we only got 30 seconds. Do we have to do more than just beef up the defenses of places like South Korea, since they now have an ICBM that shortly could have nuclear missiles on it that could hit targets in mainland USA? Don't we have to take some offensive action there?
What the Trump administration, I agree with what they're doing. They're going to put on fast forward as much isolation, as much sanctions as they possibly can. I believe they're going to have to get very tough with China to get their help on this, and that is a reasonable approach to take. We are running out of time, so urgency here is certainly a factor in this. Yeah. And there's certainly other options down the road with limited military options and the rest. I'm sure they have all of that on the table. But for the time being, right course of action by the administration, in my view.
General Jack Keane, wonderful to see you, General. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.